The man had just picked up his sandwich, ready to take the first bite, when a harpoon suddenly pierced through his chest. Turning around, he was startled to see the assassin politely greeting him. But the real mystery came the next day, when the assassin himself was killed in the exact same place. And the killer turned out to be Jack, the very man who had already died the day before. In fact, Jack had already died 138 times. Every time he was killed, he would wake up again, back at the same morning, just before getting out of bed. This time, as a woman screamed, a long blade came swinging straight toward him. But Jack wasn't afraid anymore, because by now, he could predict the assassin's every move with absolute precision. He casually blocked the blade with nothing more than his t-shirt, then used the assassin's 6-second recovery window to pour himself a cup of coffee. He took a sip, then splashed the rest straight into the assassin's face. Checking the clock, he knew the second wave of assassins was about to begin. Outside the window, a gunship appeared. An assassin armed with a Gatling gun unleashed a hail of bullets at the apartment. The first assassin, just getting back on his feet, was immediately riddled with bullets. Jack waited for a pause in the firing, then hurled a throwing knife, but the Gatling kept roaring. Dodging along the path of the bullets, Jack finally collapsed onto the couch. Even now, he still had no idea why he was being hunted. But he did know one thing. In exactly 8 seconds, the helicopter would lose control, crash into his apartment, and explode. So he leapt onto the windowsill and, at the very moment of the blast, dove straight into a garbage truck below. By now, Jack had grown accustomed to this bizarre cycle. Even if he survived one attack, another wave of assassins would come. If he got lucky enough to stay alive, he would face a short assassin who strapped explosives to his body. Sometimes, Jack managed to turn the tables, but no matter what, he always ended up dead before 12:47 p.m. Jack didn't fully understand the truth, but he had a strong suspicion it was connected to his wife, Amy. Amy was a brilliant physicist. He remembered seeing her at the research institute once. She had seemed unusually nervous, and even plucked a strand of his hair. The very next day, Jack awoke to the first assassination attempt. He had tried contacting Amy, only to be told by her boss that she had died in an accident. So Jack decided to use the endless loop to make up for lost time with his son. They spent hours at an underground arcade, but when they stepped outside, Jack realized something shocking. He had lived 3 minutes longer than usual. He quickly figured out that a tracking device had been planted in his body, and the weak signal in the basement had shielded him from the assassins. Sure enough, the moment he left, the killers surrounded him. In his 145th resurrection, Jack ripped out a tooth that contained the tracker, then used it to lure the assassins into a trap, striking back successfully. Disguised as a security guard, he easily took out the entrance guards. But once inside, he encountered Lucy, an agile assassin who dodged his bullets and promptly decapitated him. And so the failures continued, over and over, the ending always the same. But this time, Jack finally discovered the truth. The mastermind was Amy's boss, Peter. Peter had been developing a time-space machine, a weapon powerful enough to destroy humanity. Amy had uncovered his conspiracy and secretly used Jack's DNA in the machine, giving him the ability to loop through time. Her plan was for Jack to stop Peter. But Peter found out, strangled Amy to death, and sent waves of assassins after Jack. After learning the truth, Jack was killed yet again. But now he understood Lucy could never be beaten with guns. So he sought out a Chinese sword-fighting champion. Through countless failures and endless practice, he finally mastered the blade by his 198th resurrection. After bidding farewell to his master, Jack resumed his mission of revenge. When Lucy taunted him again, Jack pulled a long sword from the wall. She struck first, but Jack sliced off her hair, enraging her. Moments later, she fell to his blade. Now only Peter remained. Wounded through the hand, Peter mocked Jack, saying he had already sent men to kill his son. Enraged, Jack beheaded him, then rushed off to rescue the boy, only to find his son's lifeless body. Devastated, Jack could only watch as the overloaded time-space machine exploded, signaling the end of the world. Revived once more, Jack sank into despair. This time, he chose not to fight, spending every moment with his son instead. Until one day, the boy told him something strange. Mom called this morning, at 7. That meant Amy was still alive when Jack woke up. He now had a 14-minute window to change the future.